Why is there a need for you to be a feminist?
I think as women, we are undervalued when it comes to our intelligence.
I would offer to you that there's never been a more remarkable time to be a woman in this society. We are doing better than men. We are graduating at a higher rate than men. That's why I said to you, despite how you're feeling, what are the real world implications that suggest to you that you are somehow beneath men? You might have a personal experience where a man
we can talk about sexual assault everywhere, in the military, in the home.
So are these the things that you're fighting to end sexual assault?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, great. You don't have to be a feminist to fight to end sexual assault. If you want to be a feminist girl, put it on a t-shirt, wear it, put a hashtag. I'm just telling you, don't unnecessarily put yourself into a corner, and to recognize that it has never been a greater time. I would offer it is a way better time in this society to be a woman than it is to be.
I was a feminist when feminism was about equality, about levelling the playing field, giving women an opportunity to find their rightful place, particularly in the public world, which was tremendously important and exciting when we achieved that. But what feminism today, to me, is all about advantaging women at the expense of men. And it's become very much caught up in the demonisation of males, presenting them always at a disadvantage. And I don't want to have any part of that. I was writing recently about boys' education, which is something I've written about for many decades. And I came across an article I wrote 40 years ago where we just started to notice how badly boys were doing vis-a-vis girls. I mean, we'd had 10 years of programs trying to help girls do better in the schools, which was fantastic. And a lot of girls who had been held back by traditional assumptions about, you know, girls not speaking up and girls not doing well in maths were now beginning to shine, which was a fantastic thing. But what was becoming very obvious is there were also a lot of boys falling behind and not achieving their potential. We have really very much feminist ideology infiltrating all our education systems, systematic programs to continue to advantage girls, and no one taking any notice of the fact that boys are falling out in huge numbers.
Is this increasing trend of women talking poorly about their husbands online and doing trends at their expense, and not like, oh, funny, I pranked my husband, but painting him in a bad light for clicks, for views, because it is, you know, become trendy to not even like your husband.
5 ways a narcissistic wife treats her husband. 1, you will never be good enough. Number 2, there will be no real sense of partnership within the marriage. There's a dynamic of a narcissist putting themselves up high on a pedestal. What that essentially means, even for a spouse, is that you are below. Number 3, it will be all about her feelings. Your feelings will not matter. They are not considered. They are not part of the equation for a narcissist. Number 4, competitiveness over collaboration, because it's as if that narcissist wants to win herself.
3 red flags. She's bad for you. Ignoring these may cost you a lot of money, opportunities, and most importantly, mental and emotional freedom and well-being. 1, she goes through extreme phases of either loving you like a king or hating you like you're the worst person on earth in very short periods of time. 2, she has never shown genuine enthusiasm for supporting you on your path with your goals. 3, you never really consciously chose her out of many options. It just kinda happened.
Growing and developing an actually healthy, thriving relationship. No energy will be put into that. Where the energy will be put is in the appearance of having a good relationship.
These are the type of mean girls you find in real life. But the only qualification for being a mean girl is that you're mean. Next is the nice girl. Nice girl is sugary sweet on the surface. She'll come up to you and be super nice. Oh my god, babe, how are you doing? Are you coming tonight? Is she being nice because she's nice? Or is she acting kind of similar? The next mean girl is the friend to all. The friend to all is super nice to everyone they meet. You'll meet this girl and she'll make you feel so special, but as soon as you turn your back, she's talking about you. You won't even know she's talking bad about you at first. She just does that to everyone. She acts super nice and like she wants to be your best friend, but really, she's just fake. Next mean girl is the social climber. This girl will only be nice to you if she needs something. As soon as you have something that they want, they are going to act like your bestest friend in the entire world. Last mean girl to look out for is your fake friend. Now, this mean girl is probably the hardest to spot because you don't think she's a mean girl since she's your friend. Probably the most obvious sign that your fake friend is a mean girl is that she's fueled by jealousy. When something goes bad in your life, they're definitely going to be be there for you. I believe when things start to turn around for you and your life is looking kind of great, they're going to put doubts in your mind.
Psychopaths seem to be something approximating parasitical predators. And so they're very, very low in agreeableness, and that makes them callous and non-empathetic. And then they also seem to be very low in conscientiousness. That seems to accord reasonably well with the 2 factors of the psychopathy scale. And so a real psychopath is someone who is willing to take what you have and use it, and that might be the predatory aspect, and also to live off the earnings and efforts of others. And that's also an element of criminal behavior.
Hello, Julia. How did you get in here? I was wondering when you'd be back. How did you get into my house, Alana? Are the tests ready yet? Because I need them. Now. No. That's not how this works, Jules. We had a deal. I don't owe you anything. Fine. Then I'll go to the cops. I thought you said it wasn't illegal. I think that they'd be very interested in what I had to say. I'll tell them that I was forced into it and it was your idea, and when I wanted out, you got violent. They'll never believe that that's not true. Really? How are you gonna prove that when you're the one that's pregnant? I can't make positive tests. You can. You recruited me. I didn't, and that's not true. Isn't it though? You needed the money.
Okay, let's do it. I will take the tests. You will handle the clients.
It really sounds like it was your idea. Now, take the test, Jules. Alana, I said, take the tests. Now.
We don't have time for that, Julia.
Was that so hard? I'll leave the money under your doormat.
I don't want it.
Okay, sure. If I were you, I'd be very careful with who I share this information with. I'm keeping my side of the street clean, so I expect you to do the same. We are building something special here, something lucrative. And we're not stopping. Not now.
Alana, please. You don't have to do all this. There are other ways. I talked to Drew. He's gonna talk to his lawyer friend tonight.
You didn't hear about the father of your baby? He was involved in a hit and run. He's in the hospital.
Why would you do that? Celia, you did that too, didn't you?
Yeah, and that's what a lot of men don't understand. They think it's just logically them being there, logically them being the provider. But money is a game you'll never win because there's always someone with more, especially in a place like Miami.
100%.
There's always somebody with more money, but that doesn't make you fun. That doesn't make you feel alive. You can have somebody who has 100 times less money, who can be a bartender, but he'll make you feel alive.
Yeah, for sure. I've definitely dated some guys in like the richer caliber, and like my whole life I was like, I'm gonna find a rich man, a rich husband, and then I've like kind of dated those guys, and I'm like, well, you know, they're not as fun. Like they're kind of weird, and like I'd rather hang out with a guy who has like a little less money, but like have a way better time with them and not feel like trapped and like confused. And I feel like the guys with money too are sometimes controlling and like not my vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to get money that you like take care of me eventually if we get like married and whatever, have kids. If you can provide for the family, yes. If you're like struggling, if you don't have a job, that's different. I need like motivation at least. And even if you don't have a lot of money now, if I believe in you that you have a lot of motivation and like do what you love and like make something out of that, I think that's really important too. Like it's really important to have drive over like the dollar amount in your bank account.
I always say, tell me if you agree with this, women value ambition more than current success. Because you can have a guy who's really successful, but if he's letting himself go,
yeah,
it's not nice.
For sure.
That works for a little bit, but eventually you'll get tired of it. Eventually you lose the respect. You like seeing a guy hustle and work and be on his path and be on his mission.
For sure. That's super attractive for me. 100%. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if they make $1 million or whatever. If you have the drive and ambition, I think that's super important.
And that's a challenge for guys, right? Because a lot of men who are that driven, they're not that fun. And a lot of guys who are fun, they're not that driven.